Alrighty, so let's talk the fucking Peanut, and not Dirty Peanut, because the Dirty Peanut is, you know, a streamer that's somehow inexplicably one of the best VTubers around, according to some metrics. I don't know. I'm talking about the different Peanut, the Peanut that is a predator to children. So let's take a look at this real quick. And for those who don't know, this is the guy we're dealing with. This is Dr. Witnesser. Who now goes by the term Faithful Sherrif. Dr. Witnesser got banned off of Twitch, and then he tried to sue Amazon. Because he got banned off of Twitch. He got banned off of Twitch for using religion to be a predator towards children. And not, when I'm using the word predator, I'm not saying sexual predator. But I think the way that he operates, telling children they're going to burn in hell, is abusive. I think that it's very, very abusive and downright evil when you've got like a fucking 12-year-old kid on the line. You're like, actually, by the way, Santa Claus doesn't exist. I get it. We're on the internet. We should all have thick skin. But when you're on fucking Fortnite with a kid, maybe you should be less shitty towards them. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. 1 second. Back to the article itself. If you were on Twitch, you saw me crash out about something entirely different and separate that I got a text message about. So anyway, Dr. Witnesser, like I said, I would use the term predator to describe anybody that stalks around on a video game to tell children they're going to burn in hell. That is abusive behavior, and when you're doing it towards children and they are not your own, then the word we would use for that is predatory behavior. So let's look at, this is from 2021, and then we're going to look at an update recently. Let's see what happened here. We covered this guy a little bit, and while he was streaming, and then we covered we covered Meat Canyon over on the secondary channel talking about it, and that video stayed on the secondary channel because I don't think it was more React Andy than anything else, so I don't think it is worth watching on main. But let's see here. The incident dates back to 2020. Twitch moderators were quick to step in and handed out a 7-day ban to the streamer. The issue drew attention from a lot of streamers online. Fortnite YouTuber Brett Dakota's Halfman called Dr. Witnesser out on the incident after it happened, telling them that a squad with random fills wasn't really the best place to preach Christianity. The entire incident has escalated since then, and the streamer is now set to sue Twitch and Amazon because he feels the ban was unfair. Sue them! Sue for a 7-day ban. 7 days. You were going to sue over 7 days. What a fucking pathetic loser. Twitch users were quick to point out that the streamer was at fault, but he wasn't having any of it. Dr. Witnesser doesn't believe that he violated any TOS. According to the streamer, it is not wrong to preach Christianity to a Muslim while streaming Fortnite. Did you leave out the fact that it was a child? Did you leave out the fact that you shouldn't be doing that? That's interesting. And it's just 7 days. It's just 7 days. It's just 7 days. So here's where we are now. He's rebranded as the Faithful Sherrif, and now he is saying that this is the last time I'm speaking about the burnt peanut copying allegations, which, shut the fuck up, you did. You 100% did. You made your persona such that you parasocially said that you got cursed by the burnt peanut. That was the origin story you gave for your character. That is either parasocial levels of fandom, or it is trying to coattail right. It is one of the two, and there's not a whole lot of in-betweens you can get there. I believe, because of the predatory actions that he has taken, that it is entirely coattail writing, is what it is. But anyway, last time I'm speaking about the burnt peanut copying allegations. This is a great example of someone legit copying someone else. This person is taking my exact background, my exact font, my VTuber avatar. You mean the VTuber avatar that the burnt peanut used, that you used then later? My VTuber avatar, and plugging it into AI and making a version for herself. This is copying. I've never taken any of the I'm gonna at the burnt peanut because I really want the attention from the burnt peanut. He's so big, and I want to be able to preach to more children, and he should let me on his platform so that I can talk to more kids. No, fuck off. I've never taken any of the burnt peanuts, arts, graphics, music names, fonts, and have done anything with them ever. Right, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So this is the Faithful Emmy. The Faithful Emmy. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see what we can find in regards to this person, because I suspect that this is parody. I am suspecting that this is parody. Or, alternatively, oh, wait, no, it's on Twitter. It's on Twitter, of course. Okay, so this is fun. We're going to read the rest of his response here, But there is something really, really funny about... Well, actually, no. This is separate. This is separate. We'll go here. The Faithful Peanut saying, the Peanut has responded to me. I actually teared up making this video. The Burnt Peanut, the man that inspired me to become a funny VTuber streamer, better entertainer, and most importantly, have fun and never give up, banned me from his Twitch chat. Of course he banned you from his Twitch chat, because he recognizes you for the predator you are. Jesus Christ.
Says, your message has a problem with this channel's moderation settings. And I'm like, wow, everything I say comes back like that. Everything. So I went into his stream and I said, hello. Message pops up. Your comment was not posted. Has a problem with...
Is it because you got preemptively banned because you are infamous for copying him and using it to prey on kids? With your weird religious fanaticism? Is it weird that you might have been preemptively banned? That maybe a large streamer would have gotten wind from anybody in his community that maybe, possibly, they should have made sure that you could not influence their shit?
With this channel's moderation settings. So I put 2 and 2 together and guessed that the mods actually blocked my name.
Yeah. That's what you would do. If you don't want somebody to come back into your chat, then that's what you do. And if you don't want somebody to come into your chat at all, because they recognize you're a predator towards children, trying to get them all to convert to your weird fucking religion on Fortnite of all things, then yeah, it's gonna be a good preemptive decision to protect an audience from that.
The Faithful Sheriff is blocked in his stream. You cannot say the Faithful Sheriff in his stream, therefore my name, like anything I say, is blocked because it would pop up in the chat and my name is blocked, okay? So then, coming to that realization, I said, goofy mods, or mods are so goofy blocking me, like blocking my name. I typed that in the chat, and he's got like 30,000 people watching him, right? I didn't think he would see that. But lo and behold, he looks at the chat and reads what I said back. Mods are goofy for blocking me. And then he literally says that out loud. And then I said, LOL, I'm sorry. I'm like, wow, nope. You could see my message. I thought my messages were blocked. That's what I said. I was like, I thought my messages were blocked. I'm sorry. My bad. And then he goes, no, your messages are blocked. I'm the only one that can see what you're saying.
Isn't it so weird that a streamer, ostensibly for the last 5 years, might not realize that you can see the little thing that says message deleted, and you can click it on a grayed out message when somebody's message is auto deleted or automated to see what's there? Like that. Has he never had anybody get banned in a stream before? Predator can't stand boundaries. Who'da thunk it? Bregwin, Jesus Christ. He's not the Burnt Peanut, so why are you cooking him like this?
So then I'm like, oh, and then I go, so I guess this means I can't join the Rust server. And then shortly, like 10 seconds after I say that, he bans me from the chat. Yeah, no duh. Your name was banned. You didn't take that as a hint. This is like, okay, so this is like the guy goes to the bar and walks up to a girl, and the very first thing the girl does when he walks up to her is cover her drink. And then, like, just kind of gives him only one-word responses as he waxes lyrical about his day at her, desperately trying to get her to say something. Like, you've received 2 social hints, my guy. This person does not want you here, and they do not trust you. Those are the hints you've gotten. Those are the hints that you've gotten. But you still continue waxing lyrical on them, and then consider yourself a nice guy, and then go bitch about it on Reddit as you cry into your fedora. Like, that's what you're doing. That's the same thing. It's the inability to see that somebody has set up a boundary, and then recognizing what that boundary means. Oh, I guess I can't be in the Rust server. No, of course you can't be in the Rust server. There might be children there. And if there are children there, then you are the last person we want there. Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go.
LOL mods, you're so goofy for blocking me.
The cope laughter. The massive copium laughter.
Goofy mods. Goofy odd jit mods.
Goofy mods. Goofy mods.
Mods are some goofy odds. Type shit.
Okay.
Those mods are some goofy odd gents.
So at this point, I'm like, oh, he read what I wrote. I thought nobody could see what I type. I was like, it's not a conspiracy. I'm not blocked. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, cool. Sorry, I didn't know you could see what I said. That's what I typed.
Goofy mods. Goofy There's some goofy mods, gent. Dead ass. No, only I can see what you're saying. You are blocked. That is correct. You are blocked, sir. Only I can see what you're saying.
So then right after, I'm typing, oh, so does this mean I can't join the server? And then right now he's like blocking me. He's banning me from the chat. Like right after that I got banned. I was surprised that he responded. He never, but I'm just more annoyed that he banned me from his chat.
Yeah, your guy that you've been trying to coattail ride on the entire time, your parasocial senpai, decided to tell you that you were unwelcome in his community after you made multiple videos constantly saying, oh, if he ever wants to collab, I'd be down. My guy, in terms of raw numbers, that's the kind of thing that the person with the higher numbers would have to say, because you have the infamy. You have the infamy there. Jesus Christ. Okay. So we've seen his Kopi laughter. We've seen all that. And I've explained who he is. I've explained what he does. Here's the faithful Emmy that he's pissed about. And can you notice something very obvious here? This is parody. How do you think I feel looking at your account every day, watching you ignore me while I sit here and beg you to notice me? Someone who actually cares about your interests and feelings, huh? Go figure. Keep doing what you're doing, though. I'm offering you a great collaboration opportunity, and you are spitting in my community's face. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, those are the... That is an accurate articulation of what is going on in the faithful sheriff's head. 12 billion %. 12 billion %. Jazz says, lay low to avoid the ban. Nah, pops right up and says here. Don't worry, dude. Dr. Disrespect still reads your super chats. That's because birds of a feather predate together. So, obviously, this is parody, right? This is parody. She's taken the background that he was using. That's probably AI generated. She's made an AI generated, like waifuized peanut there. Hoping my hero will unblock me. Twitch partner, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. She's a VTuber. Business inquiries at the faithful Emmy at outlook.com. I'm just curious. Okay. So she is actually a streamer. She does appear to actually be a streamer with, holy fucking shit, 160,000 followers, a massive streamer at that. Faithful Sheriff, if you desperately needed numbers as bad as you think you do, you realize that she's actually the person who could give you those numbers. Like, even though the entire stream would be clowning on you and making fun of you for being the piece of garbage that you are, you would at the very least get the numbers, right? I'm going to go ahead and follow. I have to follow. So she's not you. I'm going to go tell everybody. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and follow. That level of trolling deserves a follow. Let's see here. You've got clips from years ago. Maybe you don't stream anymore. If you don't stream anymore, that makes me sad, because like this seems like one of those things where I feel like I would want to actually be here in a community with you. You seem like a good person. You seem like fun. Said Emmy, are you okay? Absolutely. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's look here. Having a good night with the faithful sheriff, reading the Holy Bible. You're just jealous that EmiOk is being more successful as a peanut than you. Just because she's a peanut doesn't mean she copied your design. I have highlighted key differences in the banner. Really a shame you would stoop to such levels. You should support your fellow peanuts. Check her record. I forgot the website where you can see historic sub count and such. I don't care enough to do that. I don't care enough to do that at this point. Like, I expect that is a thing that I could do, but it's not super important to me. Not super important to me. She's trolling the faithful Sheriff, and she's doing a damn good job of it, and so she deserves a follow. 110%. Anyway, let's go back to his crash out. Because it seems that the idea of parody is anathema to him. 110%. He cannot grasp that idea. So I went out of my way to buy a completely different Peanut 3D avatar and dress it up with different clothes and a mustache specifically so people could tell us apart, and so I wouldn't be copying him. But she has cat ears and a different hat and is purple. Every argument you just made is an argument for her, even though like hers is AI generated. See, I stay in the same outfit all the time to be purposely recognizable as somebody different. My name does not have Peanut even in it. I played a completely different game than the Burnt Peanut did, Fortnite. I tell people about the Bible, which he does not, obviously. I'm obviously a different streamer. I play a different game. I play a different video game. That's what makes me special. In the beginning of me being a Peanut, I did, however, say some of the same things he did and use some of the same mannerisms as he did. Because of the fiction storyline, I made it part of the side effects of being turned into a bungalator. I have since moved on past that because I felt it was a little too much and could 100% be seen as copying. It was copying. It was copying. Everybody could transparently see through what you were doing. You saw a popular person, and you decided to style yourself after that person so that you could gain a wider audience. That's what you did. There's nothing authentic about that particular villain origin story, but it is important to recognize it for what it is. RNGZ is also 100% wrong in saying I'm obsessed. Though I'm a fan of the Peanut, I do not have a lot of watch hours. I have no Peanut merchandise, no posters, no pics, no nothing. Right. You don't need merchandise to be parasocial. I remember years ago having somebody weird in my chat say the words, "I wonder if Suris would date trans women. Does that mean I have a chance?" And then, like, I got really weirded out about that when that happened. And then they went into my DMs and they started spamming me in the DMs saying, like, "Oh, I get it. The reason that you are uncomfortable with it is because you don't know me. Well, in that case, I could get it to where you could know me very well if you want." Like that. No, fuck off. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, dude totally has a Peanut closet a la from Hey Arnold. Like, I didn't have any merchandise to sell at that time. No posters, no pics, no nothing. And I don't know how many watch hours this person had before they decided to be really, really weird. So, I said, you had a literal tsundere, you dodged a dismembered separate Tupperware bowls bullet? Yes. Exactly. 110%. 110%. So, like, people can be weird and parasocial without your super specific parameters for trying to determine that they aren't, or that you aren't being parasocial. Like, those parameters are artificial. People can be weird and parasocial in a billion different ways, and you setting up parameters does not mean that those are the ones to care about. Oh yeah, yandere, sorry. No, Sun is the one where they're just like, yeah, it's not like I like you or anything, babaka, and then they start actually, like, stalking you. That's tsundere. Yandere is the stalker. You know Gasai, stalker. Let's see here. I've also only DM'd him maybe twice. 3 times at most. Yeah, that's... Yeah, so did this person, and it was equally weird then, my guy. No. Asking him if he would like to release me of my Peanut bonds, and I would go back to being Dr. Witnesser, which Casey never responded. I think the 3rd time I DM'd him was about joining his Rust server. Okay, so this one is not the worst thing in the world. The reason I say that is content creators typically have a lot of stuff that comes into their inboxes. Sometimes you do have to poke them a handful of times to get a message. And sometimes you send them a message and it'll be several months before they will respond, even if they're people who are like considered in your social circle. We get busy and we get flooded. Like that shit happens. So this one's not the weirdest thing, but again, I've seen weird parasocial behavior that looked like this. I also gave him every chance, multiple weeks in a row, to respond to videos that got millions of views, by the way. And if he responded to them, I would stop being a peanut. He never responded. I gave him a chance to stop me from using his persona to prey on children. Fucking weirdo. He had every opportunity to voice his opinion about another peanut being out there and whether or not he didn't mind it, and never did so. Right, because Streisand effect. The thing to do when there is a person who you want to die in anonymity is to allow them to remain in anonymity, to not grant them infamy. Fucking social understanding 101. But I get it, you've never read a book on how to be around people because you constantly read one book and then tell kids they're going to burn in hell for not reading it like you did. So I took that as a sign that he didn't care and I would still continue to be a peanut. He does not own the right to being a peanut. In fact, you could say he is copying Mr. Peanut, a well-known peanut brand of actual peanuts. No one accuses him of doing that. I wonder why, because it's silly, that's why. Yeah, because being a standard item is not the same thing as seeing that a popular streamer has become the #1 quote VTuber and then using that clout yourself. My God. I became a peanut on a whim and thought it would be fun. I kept being a peanut because I was enjoying myself. I don't think you enjoy yourself, actually. I think your existence is all copium and misery. Like, I think we have more fun at the expense of your existence than you have existing at this point. I've changed my name completely to the Faithful Sheriff to get away from the allegations I was copying a certain someone else simply for having the title Doctor in my name. Yeah, most popular streamer for a while, Dr. Disrespect, so you're going to use the term Doctor, and then you change it to the Faithful Sheriff and you become a peanut when the Dr. Disrespect allegations got really weird, and you realize that, oh right, I'm doing a different kind of preying on children. Maybe this looks weird and bad for me. And when MeatCanyon did his video on you, I noticed that it was a thing that was super obvious was how you were copying these styles, not just persona and name, but like the actual stream stylings of the people that you were copying and then saying like you weren't doing it. When I started my channel, I made no bones about the people who influenced me to make the channel the way that I did. I wanted a TV screen because Paulogia had a TV screen. I wanted to have my avatar on screen because Godless Cranium and Vice Rhino had their avatars on screen. I wanted my avatar to be a little more animated because Holy Kool-Aid had an animated avatar at the time. You can just be honest about it. Just say, yeah, no, I watched these people and I wanted to emulate the things that they did, so I did. That's called being honest. You're a Christian. You should be able to do that. The only leg haters have to stand on now is simply that I'm a peanut. That's it. That's the only copying allegations you have. So what? So what if there's another peanut out there? You're actually that afraid or worried I'll take viewership from that other peanut? No, we're not worried about the burnt peanut. We're calling you pathetic. From this point on, I'm not addressing or commenting on or talking about anything to do with the burnt peanut or how I'm a copy. I know it's just a hit campaign because y'all are butthurt that someone else is a peanut now. It's actually pathetic. My God, the projection here. No. The only person butthurt is you. We've cracked the back end of your peanut shell, and the meat inside is weird. Also going senpai over Dr. Disrespect in his chat. God bless, Godspeed. This is not the only time Faithful Sheriff has copied somebody else. Imitation is a sincere form of flattery, except when you're a weirdo creep who talks to little kids on Fortnite. I wonder, okay, so I'm going to look through these and see what people are saying, because if I look through them and find random peanut porn, I don't want to get knocked off of Twitch. You do realize that I did that and yet you liked and shared it? Oh my God. It's because I thought it was funny. Right, your only criteria for whether somebody can parody you is whether or not you personally think it's funny when they do. I'm sorry, but that's weird. Hey, Arsler, when I first saw you, I thought you were Burnt Peanut because you look just like him. The Burnt one wears different costumes, so I thought you were just a different costume. You admitted to copying everything he does, right? Down to mannerisms and phrasing? Same games. You did it on purpose. as part of your lore. I never admitted to copying everything he does. Right, not everything, just enough to be legally somewhat indistinct. You don't understand the problem? They're wearing purple and you're wearing red. It's a completely different character. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Followed by Nyara? Oh, you're actually followed by a few people that I know. Interesting. Interesting. I am a little worried about scrolling further into her. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, the parody keeps going. So I just want to address a few things you said about me. You claimed I'm copying you, but my Peanut avatar is very different. She's got cat ears, a purple bandana, my logo is a purple heart, and it's on my microphone. The fact that you think I'm copying you is based off of some hate comments you have read, and they are convincing you otherwise. I'm not copying you, nor have I ever. I take inspiration from you because I have been supporting you for a while, and I think more video games should have pathways to Christianity. I suggest we add praying to CS2, and they close the thread. Oh my god, if Counter-Strike had praying, would it be like the Left Behind video game where you were allowed to kill as many people as you wanted, so long as you prayed the death away afterwards? Sore Fry says, so does this guy have any excuse for being a peanut, or are you just going to be like, how dare you accuse me of copying someone that I look exactly like that? So the thing, he knows he's copying. He knows he's copying. I cannot take him in good faith that he is not copying his shit at all. He knows he's doing it, he knows why he's doing it, but he will not be honest about the fact that he is doing it, because if he was honest about the fact that he was doing it, then he might have to actually take a little accountability for some other actions that he did. But he is, in every way, shape, and form, an individual that has absolutely no idea what it is like to be able to have an internal critique of oneself. I just want to know if he has any excuses at all. Nah. If you think I'm copying you, you're mistaken. I don't like how you get comments that you are copying somebody, and it's not copying for you, but it is copying for me. Seriously, there are just as many differences with ours as there are with you and the other peanut. Can't we all live on the same platform? I'm not causing any harm. Unblock me. We should collaborate. Oh my god. My god, I am here for this arc. I am here for this arc. That he needs a turd avatar for the truth of presentation. I just think it's really funny. This is an individual who has no business doing what he's doing, how he's doing it, but he has 12,000 excuses for why he does it. And I'm sorry, it's just... my god. My god. Telling a bunch of little kids they're gonna burn in hell is just really abusive behavior. And we have a word for people who do that. It's called predator, my guy. And you know what? Maybe you should either reflect on that or own it, one or the other. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Sherrif, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.